Okay. Well, I want to jump into this one right away, but this is quite a long one, and I've really been trying to focus on just keeping it nice and juicy for you guys. I myself, Poop Lord, am playing as the Goths. My buddy Veano, and Veano is no slouch, he's about 2,400, I think, team games right now. He is playing as the Vikings, and our opponents are playing as Burmese and Burmese, which I haven't seen in a long time. I should also probably mention their names. Professor Oak is in the green, and we have Jam Donut 88 in the teal. The reason that I'm so excited that they are Burmese is because they're probably going to go for the double castle play, which we haven't seen in a very, very, very long time because Burmese got nerfed so hard. Now, I kind of expect that they are going to go for a forward castle drop and then double Burmese play into Arambai and absolutely try and wreck my eco. So I'm actually building a secondary wall behind just to make sure that I'm not going to get wrecked. At this point, I've decided that I'm going to go for the, the Gothic Siege Tower hop, which is not very good, but the idea is just to slow your opponent down. And here we are, we're going to go fast castle, blacksmith, and market, and boop, 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 boop. Now a whole bunch to stone, hopefully. Oh, the idle time, the idle time. Once again, this is relatively high level of play, so it's really, really important not to mess anything up. If you mess something up at like 23, 24, 100 elo team game, even every small mistake gets totally punished. So really, you don't want to be messing things up. So I think overall right now I've had it really, really clean so far. I managed to get my 10 villagers, and we're just going to hop them into the siege tower right now. And once again, I'm expecting to get dropped forward. Come on, put them in the siege tower. And Veano is thinking that he's going to get dropped forward as well. And we do get our 10 in there. And now, forwards and onwards. The siege tower must go. We're actually going to control group that boy, and we're going to quickly take a look. Yeah, pretty standard stuff over here. Did already make it to castle, and there is the castle from Teal being constructed, that donut jam, and there is the siege tower going over. Now, Veano did tell me some things, but I don't want to reveal what he told me at this point. I will let you know in just a little bit. And green has spotted me, green has spotted me, green has spotted me. I'm thinking to myself, we gotta get to his base ASAP. We gotta get this going. Go, 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 go. Scout, come back. Come back. Save it, save it, save it, save it, save it, save it. Yes, Scout War. And finally, we are going to be able to just hop right over. And there we go. Hop it over. And... and that... absolute massacre. And that's how you quickly throw 10 villagers into your opponent's base and get absolutely murked. So now I am down to 28 villagers. Everybody else is at 34 or 40 even. Yep. And that's how you throw a lead. I just wanted to, and they're laughing about it. And Professor Oak is kind of sad about it because he's like, oh man, this game is over already. I thought they were going to go with the castles forward. And Veano pointed out to me, he's like, no, they're definitely going to put the castles at home. You probably shouldn't siege tower hop. And I'm like, nah, man, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just hop them over. There's no big deal here. Don't worry about it. We can do it. I know I can. And now both of them are going to be targeting Veano, which is actually kind of scary with double Arambai, double castle. And they're talking about how Arumbais got nerfed, and I haven't seen Arumbais in honestly a long time, just because they are so inaccurate at this point. But he is going to go for that gate nice and close, and Veano is going to have to wall behind here like crazy. I really like the oddball strategies, And I really wanted to cast these guys because it's just not done very frequently anymore. But I guess we're just gonna have to do it with this game for now. And yeah, I mean this is GG no re if I've ever seen it. And we're still talking, like, it's not lame. I like it. I honestly, I really do like the double run by play, and they're running right into a castle here. Can actually sit back here, and that could actually be quite detrimental. Should garrison now. Veano under a lot of pressure, and you know, I'm not going to be able to help him out for a long time. Even making another house over here, I think that villager is going to get sniped as well. And a lot of trouble for Veano here. And is just going to run past this TC. And now there's a... I feel so bad about this game. There's just a run by all over Veano's base. And a run by killing villagers left and right. Like I said, they're not the most accurate. But green could actually run in over here as well now. Oh my goodness, disastrous. Absolute disaster. Go back, go back, go back. Oh no. I don't know if Professor Oak knows that he can get through here, but they're probably thinking, okay, it's already game, it's already GG. And we are going to speed it up just a little bit. And that market looks like it's going to go down, killing some more villagers over here, left and right, killing scorpions, don't have the numbers quite yet. And more Arambai are showing up to make another hole over here. This is still open over here, can run in through here, but want to create as many openings as possible. Meanwhile, look at my score. I'm not doing very much at this time. Thankfully, we have Veano coming in with another defensive castle. He does have some crossbows over here, trying to get those numbers up. But there are a lot of Arambai over here. 22. And he's maybe even going to potentially deny this castle, or at least go a whole bunch of villagers here. Yeah, that's not looking good for Veano at all. Let's see his total villager count. He is still ahead. He has 58 villagers compared to 51, and I'm actually just booming. They have a lot of military here, so they are actually allowing me to get back into the game. Look, it's next level strats. If they think you're behind, they're not going to bother you, right? So therefore I figured, okay, 200 IQ plays, just throw 10 villagers into the void. They won't attack you. They'll go for Veano, and Veano can hold off attacks easy, but I can't because I'm a nub. So 200 IQ plays for sure, but this is going to go down. And now, can he snipe any of those villagers? Wow, good reaction from Veano. He probably had his waypoint sent over here, which is actually a really good thing if something is getting knocked down. I'm still not producing any army, by the way. And they have and he ejects. Oh, Veano makes a mistake as well. He ejects all of the crossbows prematurely. And they all get absolutely murked. So both Veano and myself have made some mistakes. I'm going to say Veano's was way worse than mine because, you know, military collects resources, whereas villagers do not. So definitely a way worse play from him. Of course, I'm joking there. I think my play was way more detrimental. But now I've kind of built up my base a little bit. We have two castles up here to kind of protect this gold over here. And I thought this was a nice castle as well because if he does get in, it still protects my main gold. And I can potentially wall behind over here to kind of force him in this direction. So now I'm realizing that he's on the gate. Now they're both going to target me, obviously, because they have done what they can in Veano's base, but now he has two castles up. It's going to be a little bit difficult for them to get past there, so they are going to decide to switch their focus on me. They did a really good job in this game, switching focus back and forth. I realized that there was a hole over here, and I realized that I desperately, come on. Okay, I guess we're going for a castle. That's actually not a bad play, because now this whole area, this second side wall that I've made, is completely covered with castles. I'm even trying to build a little bit of a house behind here, but that villager is probably going to get sniped. No, they don't realize. Okay, that's fine. And they realize that they can't go through this way, and now they awkwardly have to pull back. And they have, let's say, close to... No, they have... Is there a scout in there? They have 50 Arambai, and they can't do any damage with it. just because of the castle placements from Veano, and I was pretty proud of my my castle placements, not gonna lie. So now they're gonna go back to Veano, see what they can do. Does manage to get some of these run by with those crossbows, but they are gonna get murked now. If you get them close range, oh, a run by, even though they are so inaccurate, do so much damage if they're really, really close. You definitely don't want them to come in super close. And I think we're going to speed it up just a little bit at this point because, like I said, this is a very long game and we just want to show you guys the juicy action. Scorpion played, nice play on Veano's part to try and stop those as much as, whoa, a little laggy, as much as possible. I think now I am finally Imperial Age and I'm going to be taking into as many hussars as possible. Let's go to my perspective here for a second. 88 villageritos. And let's compare that. Okay, so it looks like James Dona is actually the one lagging. Everybody else has exactly the same villager count. That's wild. 87. 8. And this is the cool part about Arambai, especially if you have a teammate that you play with frequently. You can switch back and forth. So they were at Veano's base, and they went to my base, and they went back to Veano's base. And these guys melt in high numbers. They absolutely melt those stone gates, but this is not a good engage for them, especially with those castles over here. They're probably gonna have to pull out over here. Although you could take down that blacksmith. He will have to build another blacksmith. More archer ranges. Archers are really good in high numbers against Arambai, but you have to have enough of them. And you want to shoot them from a far distance. You don't want them to come in close to you. If they come in close, they can absolutely tear your archers apart in a secundo. Wow, and even more Arambai over here. We have tons and tons of Arams. 50 over here, and I think there's another group of... the relic is in there, another group of 17, so that's a lot. And now we are slowly building up our barracks. We're going to go for that full Gothic spam. And this is not a good composition against Arambai because they can kite this for days, right? They're on horses. My guys are not on horses. But you know what? I don't care. Full freaking hussar spam. I have to tell you guys a secret. I never got to... I don't know why. I was thinking, well, what if they switch into... Halb or something? I might want to have that ready, but that was kind of a misplay on my part to be getting two-handed swordsman. There's no need for that. Or I think it was not even two-handed swordsman. I think it was just long swords. Yeah, I think it was long swords. And yeah, we're going to speed it up just a little bit because, like I said, we're going to try and keep everything as condensed as possible. And here are those arbs, and we have a little bit of dancing going on over here. Wants to kill as many of those as possible, but ooh, double Arambai, that is going to envelop. And once they come in, boom, dead. You definitely need a lot of arbs in order to fight that off. Not the worst trades there. And now the siege workshops come up, and this is going to get really awkward for Veano if he goes for Onager. And Onager is indeed being researched. Is it being researched? Let's take a look. James Donut. No, he just is making mangonels, but eventually that Onager upgrade will come in. Elite Arambai coming in, Elite Skirmisher coming in to counter those Arambai. And it looks like a forward castle is going to be coming up from Veano as well. Wow, really housed over here. Let's take a look at the military numbers and whatnot. 100. Yeah, James Donut did not boom as much as he needed to boom, I think, in this particular situation. But he definitely has a military count already. And we are at a little bit of a stalemate, so we are going to speed it up just a little bit more. And this is definitely nice engage from Veano. Those numbers really getting reduced now for James Zona, and those are not cheap units to replace. Going for pikemen, interesting. There are no cav on the field at all, and I hate to tell you this, but Vikings probably not going to go for knights, especially not in the late game. So we have a little bit of an engage over on this side. Now we are kind of one-on-one-ing our opponents, and look what they are doing over here. They are constructing a trade route. I think this is really smart. This is a really good thing to do. Any additional gold that you have, you can this way convert, into trade cards. I'm not sorry, I said it correctly. And we're going to try and just break in to our opponent's base over here, because I know I can't kite them, but if I force an engage in their base, that could be really, really good. So we are going to take a little look at this, and oh no, they're out of position. I saw those stone miners. It was a trick ski. And yeah, these guys get absolutely shredded. They can't get in at all. Even though Huskarls do get hella pierce armor, they cannot get into these guys. They're just getting kited for days. Look at it. Meanwhile, over here we have onagers did come in, and now what does Veano do with this composition against onagers? He needs knights or something. That's why maybe the pikes are here, so that if he does counter into knights, he can't do anything. So he has to retreat over here. He's asked me for help, and here come the Huskarls. We're just Huskarl spamming all over the place, as many as we can, trying to take these down as much as possible. And we are actually taking down some onagers, and he's taking down his own onagers, which is great as well. And look at Veano's micro, absolute monster, although I say that and he loses a whole bunch of them. That is going to go down, maybe. Oh, it's so difficult to engage, and my spam is kind of getting shut down by these run by. So, like I said, it's relatively high level of play, and now I'm getting pushed over here, and I don't really have the numbers because I'm sending them over to Veano. And oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, poop! Why are you pooping the bed? Why are you pooping the bed so hard? And this is crazy because we thought we were dead in this game once I dropped all of those villagers over. And there's actually some accidental longswords in there. I guess it was good that I got those longswords. 200 IQ plays right there as well. To accidentally make longswords. Or to get the longsword upgrade, because you know that you're accidentally going to be making longswords. So now I'm freaking out. I'm building additional barracks in my base. But there's no space. I have great eco back here. There's simply no space for me to build additional barracks, and I can't really engage into this very nicely. That siege tower is still good, and look, we got more longswords accidentally queued. It looks like Teal is going for longswords himself as well. We are going to speed this up just a little bit because it's a slow push in both directions. Doesn't look like there's a whole bunch more onagers. Probably need some more onagers over here, and those guys are going to get shredded over here. Meanwhile, there's a slow push coming into my base. We are constructing more barracks wherever we can, but castles are getting taken down, and that Trev is gonna eat it. Oh, dodge it. Oh, it does eat it. So now I'm making a group over here. You don't want to trickle these in one by one, because what's the point? So I decide to make a big group over here, and I say, Veano, 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 and all of a sudden, there are these skirmishers, but they're going to get absolutely shredded by these Hussar. There's so many Hussar here, so that was not really a good play from me to ask for Veano's help. And this is an awkward situation, because I do not have anything that counters a Rambai. So, you know, at a certain point, you just have to switch over to the other side and see what's going on over here. About Evil Lord, come on, man. Evil Lord, you're messing up my gameplay. About Even over here. And we are going for it. We sent the Huskarls forward, and, you know, you gotta construct a forward farm sometimes, every now and again. Attack! We're getting absolutely shredded here. Meanwhile, on this side, these onagers are going to be a really big problem, as well as that bombard tower eventually. But I still have one Huskarl in here, and he's a hero. He's a legend. He knows what he needs to do. He takes 4 people with him. I'm not going to go down alone. And now Veano is coming over to this side to help me out with these run by. Thankfully, most of those Hussar were cleared up. And we're like, go, 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 go. And you can't really kite your Trebs away, can you? Can you? And we have more and more Huskarls coming in. And now we have critical mass over here, and a lot of these Arambai just ate it against these archers, so that's really, really good for us. I'm trying to chase this back as much as I can. So really good communication from Veano and I to clear this one up, and once this side is cleared up, I'm going to have to help him out on his side, because he is getting pushed really. Oh, nice. Oh, that was perfect. Nice bombard snipe there. Does have to get that Treb, otherwise he could be in some serious problems. I don't think Teal has realized that there's no army behind here, because if he pushed right now, that could be detrimental. So I did try and chase down these Trebs as much as possible. I don't want those coming back to haunt me later on. I also know that gold is running low. But meanwhile, is there trade started for these guys yet? Because we're not trading yet. Veano and I are not trading. It's going to take a long time for our trade to kick in if we do decide to go for trade. And these all get cleared up. But now I have spam, and I can send that spam over to Veano's side. I think I already did a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Trying to get these onagers, that's really the most important part. And Veano's trying to protect my hut scrolls to the best of his ability. Just trying to snipe down as many of those as possible. And ooh, big group of ooh, no. What are you doing, hut scrolls? Engage! Engage! Really awkward to engage in that one, and we do get cleared up over here. Nice from Professor Oak to kind of snoop out our reinforcements there and absolutely murk most of them. But if we look at the villager count, not looking too bad. It looks like I am the lowest villager count at this point. But I have really cheap units overall to produce, and I say that as I'm going for halberdier. And now I'm just going to queue up tons and tons of helps. And I was trying to tell Veano, they're in your base, they're in your base. And he's like, yeah, I know I'm being pushed over here. I know I'm being pushed, okay? Just chill. I'm like, dude, like, they're over here. We're talking on Discord, by the way. They're over here. Like, you gotta do something over, like, your base is getting raided. Like, come on, man. And he's like, yeah, I know. They're coming. No, Veano, come on, man. They're coming. Like, you're getting absolutely demolished. Come on, Veano, come on. And he's like, what? Oh, and then all of a sudden, he garrisons and realizes the absolute horror that is occurring within his base. Took him a long time to realize this one. I don't mean to put Veano down. Veano is definitely a significantly stronger player than I am, so don't think that I'm trying to disrespect him. We both made some mistakes. I probably made the worser mistakes, let's be honest. I threw 10 villagers away in a time that really mattered. And Veano's always there to bail me out, so I really appreciate him, but I like picking on him a little bit when I can, and I hope he understands that that's all in good fun. And oh man, just watching this back is terrifying. Absolutely horrible how all of those get absolutely murked. But look at this. Berserks, they have a lot of their defense upgrades, they're getting their attack upgrades. Slowly but surely, Veano is coming back, even reconstructing those stone gates. I like that play a lot. And he's even taking gold over here. We have tons and tons of helps, and we are collecting wood and food quite frequently, although I should be fixing my economy just a little bit over here. And yeah, okay, you're gonna destroy some houses, that's fine. We are going to fast forward this just a little bit. I think this is going to be our main focus area over here, and Champions has come in now. But how do Champions do against Elite Berserk? Shred work over here. Oh my goodness. Absolute craziness. And is even retreating them just to get a little bit more of that castle fire in. And have to watch out for those onagers, of course. But Berserks, oh my gosh, Berserks are no joke. Those Berserks are actually just running straight through. Oh my god. Oh my god. What am I saying over here? I'm like, I'm getting him. I finally got the surround. I'm surrounding him. I did something, Veano. I did something. Meanwhile, I'm getting kited to oblivion. I probably wanted to do something what Veano did, is actually get like elite skirms behind there. I think Goths do get elite skirms, so that would have definitely been a play that I could have made. And wow, these Berserks are doing work, and they're actually going to be healing up as well. And Spearmen are not going to do anything against them. They have a total of 5 defense, and they're doing it to. Oh, actually, ooh, that's a little bit more damage than I thought they were going to do. That's actually quite a bit. Those pointy boys are no joke. But now, Green has to actually come back and help out his teammate on this side. He's going to just run back to that castle just to make sure that these Berserks stay alive. Run. Very nice plays from him. Am I pushing over here? I should really be pushing on this side because there's nothing over here. We should have communicated a little bit better. But I am just constructing barracks absolutely everywhere. And come on, Poop Lord, you're letting me down a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go to clear this up and clear this up. We don't want them getting additional gold and additional stone. They've definitely gotten a lot of my additional resources, but I'm not too worried about it. Now, Veano did also watch this game back because we were kind of like, what was this game? I'm at 210 pop right now. And the thing is, I never actually got Elite Huskarl. These are just regular Huskarls. I didn't have the gold. I couldn't really afford it. I tried to make some onagers instead to try and snipe these Arumbai because they were serious bad news bears for me. I can't get in here. I can't get in here at all. Pop counts are pretty even at this point, although James Donut is definitely struggling a little bit with the total pop count, and these Berserks are doing absolute work. Have they started trade at this point? Yeah, okay, so there is trade coming in now slowly for them. We have not traded, so we need to end this game quickly. If this game goes on long, we are in serious issues. I'm trying to get the full surround here. Coming in with the skirmishers is Veano as well. We kind of get some, but they managed to escape. I even had that onager behind, but that's not going to happen. Meanwhile, those Berserks are doing work. Oh my goodness. And they heal up too. Berserks are no joke. Get that onager before it shoots at you. Ooh, that shot didn't do anything at all. I think he was trying to catch those skirmishers out. And wow. Elite Berserks, man. Elite Berserks. I want to go to Veano's perspective because I want to know how much gold does he still have. Okay, he has this gold over here. And I think that's actually it. I don't think Veano has any additional gold that he can use at this time. We are going to fast forward this just a bit. And what am I signaling over here? Try and go for the trap. I'm taking the gold as well. And oh man, this is so frustrating. Every time I try and get my onager to engage against those Arambai, he maneuvers with the light cav around. Just want to make sure that we are still recording here. Okay, we are. Ooh, this is a long one, but I'm really trying to condense my games as much as possible and speed them up in the places that are necessary. And a big push over here from Veano, trying to get through, trying to make it happen right here, right now, because otherwise we're in serious issues. I think Blues Pop at this point, yeah, is really starting to struggle. 130 pop, whereas Veano has 169 pop. It has to bring those hustlers over here, and that's not good because Berserks absolutely tear hustlers apart. Is going to get these trebs, so that's just worth it in itself. Meanwhile, I'm slowly pushing over on this side. I can't I'm getting guided to death. You know what's the worst part? Is when your teammate is completely right about the situation and you just don't listen anyway. I feel like I kind of have that problem. So in this game, Veano told me, hey, don't jump over the wall. There's going to be a castle behind it. And I'm like, nah, man, it's fine. I can totally jump over the wall. No issues here. And then he's like, look, if you're going to play goth and you're going to go for the goth spam, you're going to get kited to death by these Arambai. And I'm like, no, man, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I can handle it. In both counts, I could not handle it. Veano definitely pulling the squad in this particular situation. I mean, I don't think I played horrible, but goths are honestly also quite easy to play late game. You just spam out tons and tons of helps. And that's really all you need. Even more elite berserks getting created. Even House, 175 pop. We are definitely doing well in terms of the population. 130 only for 2 here. But they do have that trade. If we cannot end this game soon, we could actually have some serious issues. And wow, look at Green. He's like the Treb sniper, man. That Treb's going to go down. And a Rambai over here. This is awkward. He is super awkward. And I have a whole bunch of military that I'm just idling over here. Should be pushing. I need a Treb of some sort. I really do need a Treb, but I don't have any stone, so that's really unfortunate. Just the little things. When you want to push, but you don't have the siege behind it, you really got to clear up the buildings as well. Otherwise, nothing's really going to happen. That's why Veano, he's definitely the stronger player. He knows what to do with these siege rams and absolutely clearing all of this up with a leap. And we're just streaming stuff in at this point. We're just like, you know what, whatever. And I'm like, no, a Rambo. I finally want to push with my castle, and I just can't. I just can't push because there's a Rambai. And I'm like, you know what, pull these villagers back. We're not losing all of these. We are constructing this castle. There are Halbs, there are Huskarls, everything is kind of in here. And finally, we got him. No! Stop running away, Green. Get this man. He's still escaped. Like, that was amazing. He's like freaking Houdini over here. But now he's ramming down this castle over here. And once that castle goes down, all of that trade will be exposed. And I believe the GG is nigh. The crazy part is our score is actually still behind. We still haven't actually won the game in any way in terms of score. But score doesn't matter, guys. Score does not matter. Look at Veano's score, absolute monster. My KD was really bad, like really bad. Now he's getting the trade. I'm saying, okay, let's take out this castle. I'm gonna trap that down, and we're breaking in on both sides at this point. There's tons of castles here. There's tons of Arambai having the ability to be produced, but they can't afford them. Also, I do think Arambai in Imperial Age, when you can just spam skirms and you can spam helps, they really lose a lot of their potency. And I know what Green is up to, okay? I know what you're up to, Green. Professor Oak, you're not sniping my trebs. Snipe my trebs no longer. It would be hilarious if he built like 2 Huskarls from these 2 forward stables and just sniped that treb real quick. That'd be kind of funny. And look, he's trying. He knows I gotta get rid of this treb. But it's not happening. And meanwhile, these Berserks are going berserk in Teal's base. Absolute devastation. And once again, we just took the score lead, and I would not be surprised if the GG is called. Actually, I know the GG is about to be called. Let's just get to that point at this point. Green still has a whole bunch of Arambai, but there's not enough that he can do against this whole composition. Meanwhile, he's also getting pushed from this side, and the GG is indeed called. What a game. Double Burmese castle. Definitely a crazy strat. Not crazy strat on my part. I just delivered 10 villagers to their deaths. I'm like, here, pizza delivery. But definitely cool to see Arambai play back. They definitely got nerfed pretty hard, so not a lot of people do the Arambai play anymore. Just to give you a little bit of perspective on the overall score. My score definitely suffered because of, look at this wonderful KD over here. Meanwhile, 2-1 for Veano, and we have Professor Oak did really well as well against me. But once again, the Gothic spam is no joke either. James Donut had a hard time. I think he didn't invest enough into eco and couldn't quite get some of the upgrades that maybe he required in that fight against Veano. These guys were no slouches. I believe Professor Oak and James Donut were 21, 22 K elo. I'm about 19K myself, 20K, and Veano 24K. So just to give you a little bit of perspective there of what the elos are. And you get pizza delivery. But we actually managed to get back into this game, and I was really surprised that we won. I would have casted this game even if we lost, just because you don't see double Burmese play too often. The only thing about that, double Burmese, double castle. Veano and I were joking. Maybe they thought that for the Burmese play, you have to have 2 players. The Burmese strategy, you have to have 2 players go Burmese, but they coordinated so well. They went back and forth and back and forth. They hit Veano, they hit me, they hit Veano, they hit me. Really good play, really good coordination between them. And special shout out to Professor Oak there for managing to snipe all of those trebs, all of those expensive gold units and running around his Orembai, driving me absolutely nuts and kiting like a madman. And shout out to Veano in this game as well, because carry much? I mean, carry much? He definitely carried. Remember, guys, keep walking.